Well, folks, I wasn't able to make it past Pilot Mountain State Park sign. It's too beautiful out here today. There's no point in me getting up to the cabin super early in the day, so I'm gonna come out here and do a little day hike, stretch my legs a little bit. Let's see what we got here. Pilot Mountain State Park, folks. Been coming here since I was a little kid. Probably gonna go Ledge Spring Trail. It's one of my favorites. It's got a nice water source, and loop it around a grindstone and come up the knob. But we'll see. Go play around a little bit. Show you guys what Pilot Mountain looks like. Freed up 23 gigs on the camera earlier, so hopefully it'll be enough. I'm pretty sure this is the Jamoke. Yep. So we'll take the Jamoke Trail down to where it splits off and goes up the knob, and then I'll come back down there around the other side. They came and put some really nice steps in here about 8 years ago. There was a really big wildfire out here, and so they flooded the park with some money. Hey folks. Good, how are you? It's a perfect day for this, isn't it? It's been a couple years since I was able to get out to Pilot Mountain.
Well, we were raised here, and I used to come up here as a kid.
Yeah. Yep, I was raised in Mountain area for the most part. Horn Creek and Pilot Mountain and up to Mabry Mill. And the full circuit.
A great area.
Oh yeah. You folks have a wonderful day.
You too. Take care.
Some nice stone benches. I'm really excited to put some stuff like this up at the cabin. This is an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous trail. And for you, you rock climbing enthusiasts out there, I've heard that there's some pretty nice stuff out here to climb as well. It used to be that you could climb the actual knob, but I believe they've put restrictions on that since then, so had some accidents. I could be wrong. You can see the knob up ahead. Wow, this path is widened out by about 6 feet. It used to be just that little corridor that ran around the tree. Okay. Howdy.
How you doing?
Good, how are you? All right. Ledge Spring Trail. This one's supposed to be strenuous. It's not too bad. It's one of my favorites. I kind of want to take you down and around the knob first, but maybe we'll do that another day. I feel like it was about 8 years ago, maybe 6. It was a huge wildfire here. Burnt a lot of acreage, and you can still see a lot of the scarring. I'll be able to show you a lot of it later. some of the climbing sections. I've been told these are not very technical because of how many options you have for footholds, but they're a lot of fun to practice on. When I got off on the AT in 2016, I came out and ran this with my pack on. About 40 pounds in the pack. Blew people's minds, man. They didn't know what to think. Some pretty high steps. It was pretty chilly when I got here initially. So I put on some long pants just so that in case I sat down and stopped, I wouldn't be very cold. But man, I'm really starting to heat up now. It's good for me though. Let's sweat this out a little bit. I wish my camera could do this justice. One of the reasons I like this section of trail is just because you're along that ledge, I guess, hence the ledge springs. You're along this ledge the entire time. And so constantly, depending on what direction you're walking, you've got the view to one side, and you've got these awesome rock formations to the right. And when the season's really wet, you'll have springs trickling down out of these rocks somewhere in certain places. Oh, oh, somebody forgot something. Well, I'll take it out for you. Whew. This is a really cool spot. There's this huge undercut. I've had so many picnic lunches here. What's up, folks? Not too bad. How you doing today? Oh, it's perfect. Doesn't get much better than this. Y'all take it easy. It's another really great viewpoint here. This is one of my favorite spots. It's exposed, so you'll really heat up here quick. But it's awesome. This is one of the more popular climbing spots too. If you could zoom in, you could just see hardware going up where leads have gone up and put in equipment. Really cool stuff, man. I've always had some small interest in rock climbing, but I've always been a pretty heavy set kid. And my upper body strength just don't have enough of it. But oh, cool! Got some climbers out today. But yeah, maybe one of these days when I'm at peak physical fitness, man, that makes me chuckle just saying that. A couple of years ago, I was walking this trail. I wasn't recording or anything. I was just being nice and talking to everybody and calling up to the climbers. And finally, a good Samaritan pulled me aside and said, "Hey, just so you know, it's great that you're being friendly, but that can be really distracting to somebody who's up there in a really difficult spot. So it's better when you encounter climbers to just remain quiet and speak when spoken to, and go ahead and go ahead and move along. You know, don't sit there and gawk at them. Here's one of those awesome springs, just falling down from the rock, and usually there's a little rivet in the rock where you can get a pretty good collection. But if you follow it on down, and if I was in a situation where I actually needed water, it'd be pretty easy for me to collect it. Actually, let's see, this is a little, we'll go up along this way here, show you. I might not be able to get down the other side of this comfortably, but pretty cool spot up here too. Just coming up here after a long hike and running your hand down the wet rock is really satisfying. Yeah, this is comes off to a little bit of a ledge. I mean, it's not a long drop, a couple of feet down. I'll go ahead and shimmy down this thing real quick. Cool. I love some rock scrambles. Oh, little piece of gear left behind. Now these are the unintentional ones, folks, that, you know, just comes off your shoe, but it doesn't belong there, so let's take it out. Trash hunter. I'm a trash hunter in many ways, my friends. Especially when I get hungry. Woo. Give me all the trash. I want it. Feed me. I've always liked this big rock pillar. It's just this giant, like 30,000 pound chunk of rock that's sticking straight up and down. I've had a picnic down there below that one too. The trail used to go down there, but they were having a problem mitigating the erosion, so they pulled it back up. You can kind of see where it went down around that rock. And they pulled it back up trail because this was all washing out on them. So actually came in and did some really nice slab cribbing and check steps, and yeah, pretty impressed. I really like the work they did up here. Wish I could have been a part of that project. I wonder who they contracted it through. Gotta say, so far I've got about 100 trail miles on these Obos. I think it's the Brigadier, or I'll have to look up the model and get that on here, but I'm pretty impressed. They are extremely comfortable. Now, I haven't had to think about foot swelling because I haven't been doing any sustained mileage. So as far as day hikes go, as far as being able to work in them, and as far as being able to wear them as a day-to-day, these things have been fantastic. Absolutely love these things. Go get you a pair. If you're shopping for boots for hiking, you need to be careful. You need to know what shape your foot is. Certain brands cater to different type of feet, and a lot of people don't know that. Like your Merrell's, fantastic boots. However, they're for a narrow foot. You're going to need to have a narrow foot to accommodate them. When you have on the other end of the spectrum, you've got your Keens. I don't think this is the trail. Did they take it down? Down and around? Yeah, I think I got off trail there for a second talking about my boots. Real easy to get off trail when it's so rocky and there's all these so much tourist activity. Yeah, completely missed the staircase. They took it down the mountain. Cool. Anyways, as I was saying, Merrell's for a narrow foot, Keens and Obos for a wider foot. Your Salomons, your Loas, your La Sportivas are going to be kind of in the middle. I've been told La Sportiva's more of a narrow foot as well. And when I say narrow foot, I mean space in the toe box, and can sometimes mean space in the heel. Like for me, if I put on a pair of Merrell's, I feel like I've got to force my heel into it no matter what size they are. So definitely try out different pairs, figure out what you need. Boots are going to take a little bit longer to break in than a cross trainer will. So just be careful. For the first 100 miles or so, it can sometimes feel like the boot's not for you, especially if it's rubbing at the shins or giving you calluses on the bottoms of your feet. That's due to the flexibility of the shoe. It's not the boot being poor quality. It just means that you're breaking the boot in, and once that boot gets broken in, it'll be more flexible. It's not going to rub your heel. It's not going to give you those calluses on the bottom of your foot. Yeah, wow, this is all new to me. The trail used to go up and over that ridge over there, and instead they've moved it down the mountain. This is all done in the past 5 or 6 years or so, it seems. I admire the stonework here, but some of these steps aren't really measured out really well. So cool. So cool. Here's another spring. Spring number 2. And this one used to just kind of pour out of the rock, but it's since gone underground. Man, going down these stairs makes me miss Conarock so much. That's just a beautiful, beautiful run of stairs, man. It's about a 30 stair, and it's just really nice, man. You don't realize how challenging that work is until you actually get your hands on it. All right, at this point, I'm about halfway through. It's going to start wrapping back around to the Grindstone Trail. And I'll take that back up to the parking lot. I haven't had any breakfast yet, so I think I'm going to go to Food Line and pick up some brats and start a fire up at Bald Rock and just roast up some brats. Ah, my favorite spring. Look at that, baby. Oh, the water doesn't get much sweeter than that, son. I'm stopping. I'm gonna dump out my nasty city water and filter some of this out. Every opportunity I get to ditch the city water, I take it. Alright, let's not be rude and put this right on trail. Let me see if I can set it up right here for you. Nope. There we go. Alright. Dump out the garbage from the city. Sorry, whatever's in this water, you're gonna get some chlorine today. All right, got rid of our trash water. So folks, I run with a Sawyer Big Squeeze. I've tried the mini, I've tried the micro, I've tried the Katahdin Be Free, I've tried the MSR pumps, I've tried the old school ones, and I haven't found anything better than the Big Squeeze yet. Oh yeah, baby. Super simple. You can screw this on the top of just about any bottle. It'll screw on the top of this one, but I'd like to keep this clean and just filter water into it. Find a nice stable spot for it to stand up. I have a lot of people complain about these Sawyer bags, the squeeze bags, saying that they blow out really easily. And they do. If you use them aggressively, you can literally just hold this thing like you'd hold your partner's hand, you know, and just squeeze just gently, and that water will come out. All right. And just like that, you've got about a liter of water. That's enough to get me through, and I don't feel like carrying the rest of the weight back out, so there you go. All right. Well, I think that's all I'm going to record of the hike for today. That was the really beautiful section. Now I'm getting ready to round the bend, head back up into the parking lot. Have a few more views. I might take a few pictures, but I'm going to go and hydrate, enjoy some of this sweet mountain nectar, head on back up to Virginia, folks. See you next time.